The nice thing with as like being an affiliate is if you're a good affiliate, you're always going to be good in my opinion, just because you have the optionality of products versus as a brand owner, you don't have the optionality of switching your SKUs, right? SKU economics. If you decided on launching this product, you have to live through the bad and the good. Versus the affiliates, I'm not saying that most of them don't, because I do know some affiliates are loyal to some brands, which is amazing, but you don't have to be, right? You could decide that, hey, this brand's not making any sales. Let me switch over to this brand. This brand's not making any sales. Let me switch over to the competitor. And I see it every single day. So I think if you're in a good affiliate, you're always going to be making good money as long as you're testing out different products. Now, as a brand owner, that's when you have to decide, okay, maybe I'm positioning my brand the wrong way, because with every single brand on TikTok, it could be advertised in multiple different ways. And whenever they find a winning angle, they always just stick with it forever, pretty much. They never really switch up. And the ones that do switch up are the ones that are always doing great. For example, Neurogum, they're always going to be doing great because they have different angles and they're always promoting the different angles. So I think not being stuck to one single angle for your product, especially because if you decide on the product, you already have a ton of units in the 3PL or in your warehouse, you need to get rid of them, right? Because you want the cash to be flowing. So I think finding the top affiliates gets a lot easier if you're promoting your product the right way.
Right. So you need to make sure that there's a match between the product, the brand, and the affiliate you're working with. On the other hand, I do hear people saying, okay, affiliates should actually stick to their niche. They should be true to a couple of brands or at least an industry that they work with to make sure that they're not burning the viewers and the subscribers that they have. Subscribers don't matter as much as they
Yeah.
used to 5 or 10 years ago when it was still YouTube days. Everybody was chasing the subscriber number, right? Clearly, that is no longer as relevant, but you still, to some extent, want to stay true to the audience that you have built over time. How much can an affiliate actually switch products, niches, industries, and how much should they be loyal to one area?
I think they should be testing out a ton of products as long as they're not being disingenuous, right? I've seen like really top affiliates just be honest, whether it's actually good and they're like, hey, I haven't tried it, but I just tried it on. I like it so far, then that goes viral. It's funny because just today I was seeing this one top affiliate, her video came up. I looked at the comments and they were saying this same woman told me that this product does the same thing. So like the consumers do catch on, especially because that comment had like 400 likes, which is a lot of people agreeing with her. So I think
Right.
as an affiliate, especially as a top affiliate, you should be aware that your image is being used, whether you think about it or not. And it could be in a bad way or in a good way. So I think just being honest, right? Not saying like, this has cured me. This also has cured me for the same problem, right? So just being honest pays off in the long run. And you do have a point that followers don't matter too much, but I think now it matters a little bit because we know some of like the top affiliates already have like a personal brand, right? People like buying from them because they know they're going to be honest and they're not going to promote something that doesn't work. And we see it a lot, especially on X. I always see affiliates saying, I'm not gonna like I got the sample and they also paid me a retainer, but I'm not gonna post it. I'd rather send them the money back rather than posting it and just lying to the final consumer,
Uh,
right? Which is I respect it, right? Because it's, especially now, in my opinion, we're like a big inflation with affiliates, right? Especially with retainers and everything. There's affiliates earning crazy amounts of money, which I love. But being able to be like, hey, I don't want to promote this because the product doesn't work, and not allowing yourself to earn from that is I give it respect.